So, hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Moya, and I would like to do this reading for the intuitive. I don't see a lot on clear writing, clear audience. I think it falls under the same category, but I get my downloads through writing. So I wanted to start off by reading a poem that I wrote for the highly sensitive, and then we're gonna get right into these pre-shuffled messages from my elemental empathic deck. And I got 3 cards pulled from my ink and intuition tattoo tarot deck. So I believe these are the initial energies that I'm picking up on in the tarot. So I will read off my interpretation of the energies that I see. So I'm going to read off what I believe Spirit is trying to communicate to you, and then I will read the healing messages from the Elemental Empathic Guidebook. So each card has their own energies, but also it tells you what blockages you may be going through, or whatever it is that you need to hear, do. Spirit is going to guide you on this path. So thank you for trusting me with your energy and allowing me to read this. So I'm gonna get right in. I'm gonna get right started with the poem that I wrote. So for the highly sensitive, your thoughts, feelings, and experiences are valid. You are not too serious, sensitive, or a burden. You are a gift. It can be hard for others to understand your emotions, but don't let that change you. You are the purest expression of unconditional love. Never stop advocating for yourself, because you deserve to sit comfortably in your own body. Staying silent doesn't allow you to express yourself in the way you are meant to. Your voice and opinion matters. In a world filled with so much darkness, thank you for always operating from a place of love. Your heart is your superpower and your internal compass. It is not a burden. Just remember, if it feels painful to love someone or something, that is your heart's way of telling you to let it go. Don't ever stop communicating how you feel, because the right people will understand, or try to understand. I love you, and never forget how special you are. So that was the poem that I got. And now I want to start off by... So each card I got a message from intuitively, so I decided to just write it down. So as these thoughts come to me, I write it down on paper. So if I'm looking down, just know that this is my journal that Spirit communicates with me through, so that I may deliver the message to you. Okay? All right. So we're going to start off with the first card that was pulled. But first, before we do that, I am going to now light my incense, and we're going to call in the energy of your reading. Alright, Spirit, any other downloads that may come through throughout this reading, we'll do so now. And we welcome in the spirits. And thank you for allowing me to do this reading intuitively. Okay? Let's cleanse the energy of your reading. And thank you for allowing me to do this. You are the light, you are love. And welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Support the channel. You know, we're growing. Okay, so let's get started. So the first card that I pulled for you is the Death card. So what this tells me is that you're going through a rebirth process. I feel like you are shedding the old version of yourself. The one that believed that they weren't good enough. The one that didn't think that they deserved to dream bigger. The one that believed that they weren't lovable. And Spirit wants you to know that it's safe. It's safe to let go of that version, because Spirit sees that you're trying to form a new life for yourself. But in order to do so, you have to let go. And you're still hanging on to that old version of yourself because it feels comfortable. But Spirit wants you to know that it's time to let go. It is not... This version of you is already... It's dying whether you're ready or not. So in order for you to go with the flow of life, you need to let go. Fully let go and trust that spirit has you. And I know it's scary to let go and see that every single person, everything that you always knew is changing. But that is life. We're meant to change, you know, and when we stay stagnant is when we're unhappy. But with this death, this rebirth, there is going to be prosperity, abundance that's coming your way. And this version of you was there so you can learn the lessons in order to persevere. Okay, this new version of you is bringing in everything that you've ever wanted, but you have to fully let go and trust that spirit has you. Okay, so the second card that I pulled for you is the Emperor. So this Emperor energy is letting me know that this is your power. This is your strength that you've reclaimed. Okay, and I see that you've claimed your power back, but you're still hesitant as to whether this journey, this path that you're on is for you. And Spirit wants you to know that they don't make mistakes. Okay, you are special, you are powerful, you are strong. But this energy that you're stepping into, you have to let go of who you were before so you can become this person. But you have to fully trust that the divine has nothing but good intentions for you. As long as it feels good, that is your heart's way of telling you that this is the journey for you. Like in the poem that I wrote before, your heart is your compass. So follow it and trust it, wholeheartedly trust it, because Spirit has your back. And you are chosen for this. Whatever this may be for you, I'm merely a guide. You intuitively know what this is. But whatever this is, Spirit is letting you know that yes, it is meant for you. It is not meant for anyone else. It is meant for you. Okay? So focus on, I feel like I'm getting an energy where you're not sure of yourself enough to fully trust this. And I want you to focus on meditation for your solar plexus. This is where your strength comes from. This is where you will gain back the power that is already inside you. It's there, it's just dormant. Okay? I need you to do the meditations that you need in order to reclaim the throne, because that is where you're meant to be. I feel like you've been through a lot in your life, which has shaken your confidence, knocked you off this throne, but Spirit is telling you it's time to have a seat. Okay? They didn't even know. They don't know what they've done. And they've created an even stronger and even powerful version of you right now. If they thought you were powerful before, now you are even more powerful. And Spirit wants you to take this seat. Okay? It's not meant for anyone else. It's meant for you. The third card that I pulled was the Magician. Okay, Spirit is letting me know that you're magical. Okay, you have the ability to spin energy in any way that you want. You can spin negative energy, positive energy. You can manifest your dreams, but you have to believe that it's for you. Okay, you need to work on your limited beliefs. You need to shed that version of yourself. I actually want you to hold a ceremony for the old version of yourself. Write down all the things that she was, he was, they was. Write it all down on paper. And write down what you're really saying. And then I want you to burn that paper. In a safe place, of course. I want you to burn the paper, and I want you to mourn that version of you. But also say your affirmations that you welcome in the newest version, the more healthier version of you. Okay? The Magician is letting me know that you are a powerful, powerful person. There isn't anything you can't do, Spirit says. Spirit says that it's given you endless options to choose from because you are so powerful. There isn't a wrong path to choose. They just want you to make a decision so that they can push forward your manifestations, okay? It can't push forward your manifestations if you aren't sure of it, okay? It's like saying, I want this, but I'm not sure. Spirit wants you to say, I want this, and I'm damn sure. I am more than 101% sure that this is meant for me. Okay? Alright, but you need to take, I can see you're not feeling confident enough to take the action. Okay, but Spirit wants you to know that you can't have manifestations without putting the work behind it. Okay, you're gonna put the work behind it and you're gonna get everything that you've ever wanted. Okay, but you have to put the action behind it. I know, like with social media and everything, that it can seem that sometimes people just get stuff without putting in any work. Okay, that is not everyone's story. Okay, so I want you to like take a break from social media, comparing yourself to other people, and really focus in on yourself. Spirit wants you to get to know yourself more. Spend more time alone. Spend more time with yourself, building that confidence. I want, when you're alone, take up room in the space. Okay, practice taking up space in your own comfortable comfort zone, and then start bringing that outside slowly. Okay, I don't want you to dim your light so that other people can shine, because that's not what it's meant. Spirit says the spotlight is meant for you. It's not meant for them. It's meant for you. Okay, and I can see how you've been hurt in the past to the point where you're afraid of people even noticing you. So you shy away from any type of light. But Spirit says that you are the light. You can't shy away from this destiny because it's yours. It's not for anyone else to come and get. It's for you. Okay? So the empathic pull that I got from your spread, the first one was intuition. Okay, it says intuition. Intuition versus fear. Connect to the soul, trust yourself, and source. So Spirit wants you, the energy that I'm getting from this card is Spirit wants you to trust your intuition. If it's feeling scary, it is not your intuition. Your intuition it's a soft whisper. Fear is loud. You know, it's saying don't go in, don't do that because we don't know what might happen, or don't do that because you might not be good enough. Okay, the ego tries to protect us from things, but that keeps us stuck. That keeps us in our comfort zone. And there's a quote that I really like where it says, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. And as I'm speaking to you guys, I'm also speaking to myself. When you step out of your comfort zone, you get to live. Okay? We always feel sad when we're trapped into our comfort zone, which is so funny because it's comfortable, right? Because we're not meant to sit and be complacent. We're not meant to sit and be comfortable. We're meant to be uncomfortable, because when you're uncomfortable, you're growing. Okay? It's not until then that you actually really get to experience life. Life is supposed to be challenging. Life is supposed to be full of the next adventure. But when you spend your entire life planning your life, it doesn't work that way. Okay? Spirit wants you to know that you have all the answers. You shouldn't be looking outside of yourself for answers, because the answers is within you. Okay? Even me, I'm delivering this message to you, but at the end of the day, you know what is best for you. Okay? I want you to stop and trust yourself more. A good exercise that I like to do to strengthen my intuition is whenever I say I'm going to do something, I stick to that word. Okay? You can't trust yourself if every time you do something, you break a promise. Okay? Start small by saying, hey, if I say I'm going to drink 2 cups of water, I'm going to drink the 2 cups of water. No excuses. Okay? All right. Now let me read to you what the healing message is for your intuition. Intuition. The core of intuition is learning to trust yourself and the universe. It is a deep knowing that a certain path is correct. Cultivating the ability to listen is key. So Spirit wants you to focus more on listening rather than trying to do stuff. Just stop, find a place of stillness, meditate, and listen to what comes to you. Something that I like to do is meditation towards the higher self frequency on YouTube. It allows me to hear the answers that I need rather than trying to give it to myself. Okay? So this is fear versus intuition. Is what you feel intuition or fear? Is it your intuition guiding you or your trauma misleading you? And how do you understand the nuance? How do you understand the nuance of what it might be telling you? Your intuition is always there for you, and learning how to understand it is so important. So how do you tell the difference between intuition and fear? Fear can often be nagging and telling you all the things that will go wrong if you don't listen. And while intuition appears in different forms for different people, it is more of a deeper knowing, a feeling that a certain path is the right one. Cultivating this listening takes time and practice, especially if the fear voice is so loud. Start to learn Start to learn what your intuition sounds like versus your fear voice. Okay, so for me, my fear voice is more when it says that I'm incompetent, unable to do certain things. I know that is fear keeping me stuck from what I'm meant to do. We're allowed to make mistakes. No one's perfect, but those mistakes will allow you to get better. But if you keep yourself stuck because of what might happen, then you would have never gotten to live out that dream. Okay? You can't win a race if you didn't enter it. Okay. Awareness of patterns. In order to connect with your intuition, you must become aware of what your traumatized self acts like and how she tries to misguide you. Learn to navigate through the layers of your ego and trauma so that you can uncover the intuitive voice within. Your intuition will have a flavor and feeling to it that with practice you will be able to recognize as your energy, your true self. You must go beyond your trauma response to be able to hear it. Trauma has a way of feeding you desires that feel good and right in the moment, but are ultimately from a wounded place. Explore and understand your patterns to really learn where these promptings are coming from. Timing. It is important to know that intuition has nuances and layers. Your intuition might be strongly telling you it wants a new life path, but the practicality might not be there yet. When heeding your intuition, it is important to balance, trust, and practice reality. Balance, trust, and practical. Okay, when heeding your intuition, it is important to balance, trust, and practical reality. Okay. So you can follow your intuition, but don't overdo it, is what Spirit is saying. So being practical with your intuition. So if your intuition says, girl, let's go to the club and spend $1 million tonight on bottles. You know you don't got $1 million in the bank. At least not yet. You're manifesting it, but it's not here yet. So don't go out trying to spend more than what you can actually truly afford. As you are raising your vibration, as you're doing your manifestations, be balanced between your intuition and being practical. Okay. Learning to tell when your system is telling you a general life direction to aim for versus an actual step to be taken right now. Sometimes your soul tells you what it wants, but it could take some time to get there. Other times, it is giving you the exact next step to take and ask you to leap. Learn to tell the difference. Timing is key. So, your heart knows when it's time to do something. Just follow it. All you have to do is jump. Jump and see what happens, is what Spirit is saying. Grounding and soul connection are some of the best ways to tell what's going on. Hearing your intuition. When you are tapped into your intuition, trust it. It is guidance from your soul. It can come in many forms. It can be a thought, a feeling, a voice in your head, or an outward sign that makes you think of something. Get in touch with yourself to learn how your personal intuition works. Potential blocks. So this might be some challenges that you're facing from the energy of this card. Okay. Potential blocks. You may be blindly following every intuitive hit you get without considering the nuance, timing, or origin of the prompt. Get to know your intuitive voice and how she communicates with you. Slow down. Use awareness of your patterns and practicality mixed with your intuition to create a roadmap going forward. Also, I apologize for the reading and my voice shaking. I'm kind of nervous. Okay, you also might be completely disconnected from your intuition and have no idea how to access it. See the exercise and take your time to learn this new powerful skill. So this is going to be some advice on how to connect better with your intuition, be able to tell the difference between your intuition and fear. Okay, so the exercise in the book says there are many ways to tap into your intuition. You can start by using a deck like this one and asking the cards for direction. If you have something specific you are struggling with, hold in your mind the answer you think your intuition is giving you And after shuffling, pull 3 cards. One each for the heart. Okay, one each for the heart, mind, and soul. These cards will represent the true feelings and intuition of each part of you. If you aren't sure of the message, you can pull a second card for each. Another exercise is to sit and meditate until your mind is calm, and imagine a light in your chest and connect with it. Ask this for any guidance it might have. So use your heart to connect with what you truly desire. Your mind will always try to convince you as to why you shouldn't do something in order to keep you safe. But your heart will keep on saying it. It'll be like a nagging voice in the back of your mind, like, oh my God, please start roller skating. Please start roller skating. Please start roller skating. It doesn't matter what that download is for you. You will know. But that is your heart telling you, hey girl, like, can you please do this? Because I love this and this is what I want you to do. All right, so the next card that I pulled was Inner Authority. Inner Authority. Okay, so the energy of this card is to trust yourself, listen to your true self, trauma versus guidance. So this is giving me the same energy as the intuitive energy. It is just all about, spirit is literally screaming at you to trust yourself. You know what is right for you. Excuse me. You know what is right for you. No one else is gonna know except you. You can go around asking people, hey, do you think this will be good for me? Hey, they don't know. I don't know. And I'm reading this message for you. Only you know truly what it is that you're meant to do. And spirit wants you to take that leap. Jump. Okay? It's the flow is going this way and you're trying to go that way. And just best believe it's still going to be going this way. You can either jump or you can be pushed. Spirit wants you to trust yourself because you know what is right for you. Okay? Now, I'm going to read the healing messages of the Inner Authority. Let's see what number that falls under. Okay, Inner Authority. You are your own authority. In a world where everyone and everything is trying to get your attention, it is hard to know who to listen to, who to believe. Conflicting advice is everywhere. So are gurus, shamans, and self-proclaimed enlightened masters. The key thing many of these people don't teach us is that you are in fact the authority, not them. Yes, teachers are important and having guides along your journey is essential. But if you only have guides and no inner compass to check their advice against, you are a feather in the wind, tossed and turned with every piece of conflicting counsel. So spirit wants you to know that although you're watching these readings on YouTube and you're trying to figure out what it is you're supposed to do in your life, you at the end of the day have the answers. Okay? What we do is to merely guide you in the correct direction, but internally you know what it is that you're meant to do and what is good for you. I can't know that personally because I'm not you. Okay? I'm just here to help you get back on that path. Okay? But I need you to trust your intuition and trust yourself because only you know what's right for you. And if you keep finding yourself going back to the same thing but you're still unsure of it, I want you to just take the leap of faith and do it. Just do it. Let go of all the fear that you feel and just do it. Okay? Let me continue to read what this has to say. Okay, this card prompts you to get in touch with your inner authority. When you work with someone in a spiritual or healing capacity, do they constantly try to overrule your intuition by telling you that theirs is better? Or do they help you get in touch with your own inner power and teach you to find the answers within? External advice can be helpful as long as it resonates with you. If it does not, you should be taking a deeper look into why, instead of assuming you know nothing. Okay? So if you're getting advice from people and it doesn't resonate for a reason. Okay? Spirit wants you to stop, figure out why it's not resonating with you, or figure out what it is that you need, because only you have the answers and you can't continue to look for that validation outside of you because only you can know. Okay? Listen to your wise self. Trust yourself. It is true that trauma can pass experience. Okay. Okay, it says listen to your wise self. Trust yourself. It is true that trauma and past experiences have a way of tainting your view, but you still have emotions to guide you. If something feels wrong, investigate. If someone tries to gaslight you by telling you that they know better, check in with yourself. Remember that even if someone is saying things that are technically true, it doesn't mean it's true for you at this moment, or that it is the right time for you. For example, say you are angry at someone because they hurt you and a friend says, "You need to forgive." This might be true for some people, but not all. Your process and timing might look different. Does this statement inspire you to lean into forgiveness, or does it bring up all the unresolved feelings that still need time to process? Put all advice you get through your inner filter. This is your journey and you are the ultimate authority. Tap into that authority and stand your ground. Sorry, I was getting a download in the middle of that. So Spirit wants you to know that if you're struggling to know if you are correct, it's because you are not meditating enough. In order to really get in touch with your body, you have to sit in stillness. You have to be with your own energy. And with all the stuff, fast-paced stuff that goes on in life now, we don't naturally do that, right? But you need to make time out of your day to make sure that you are meditating daily. Okay? That is just the way. I'm gonna link down below the frequency that I like to meditate to in order to connect with my own intuition and my higher self. Okay? Maybe it can help you too. I don't know, but give it a try. Okay? Potential blocks. You might be so lost in the advice of others that you can no longer find your inner authority. If this is you, refer to the guided books or whatever. It's time to get back in touch with you. On the other hand, you might be closed off to any external input, thinking you are absolutely right about everything. Find your inner tribe of people that you trust and open yourself to their advice. Really ask yourself if what they say might be true and how you can change. So from these blockages, there's two energies that I'm picking up on. For the first one, it's you, instead of listening to yourself, you completely just go to other people for advice. Spirit wants you to know that you need to stop doing that, okay? You cannot expect other people to know your path if they've never walked it, okay? Only you can know exactly what you're supposed to be doing, and Spirit wants you to stop looking for that validation. Stop. Okay, it is only you can validate yourself. Only you can know what it is that you're meant to be doing. Another energy that I'm picking up on is a know-it-all energy. An energy that you think and believe that you know everything, so you're not open to the messages that Spirit is trying to connect to you. Okay, Spirit wants you to spend the next 7 days just listening. Instead of speaking, just listening. To see what you've noticed, what synchronicities, what patterns that are coming up, so you can see if, okay, all right, this is what I'm missing, okay? Because you can't know everything, all right? And in order to be open to learning, you have to listen, okay? You can't always be talking over people. You can't always be interrupting people because you think you have more to say on a topic. Just listen. Just practice listening, okay? All right, another exercise. Meditate and imagine a light within the center of your being. It may be small at first, but give it some time to grow. Feel into it. What does it feel like? What sensations and emotions would you associate it with? The light is your center. It is a powerful part of you that is always there. Even if you lose touch with it, strengthen your connection with this light and lean into it anytime you need to check in with what you believe. Sometimes you will get an answer, and sometimes you'll find feelings or stray thoughts covering the light. If this happens, please refer to the water feel emotional cards. Okay, sorry, every time I pause, it's because it's telling me to refer to the cards. But okay, let me see. So I say give this exercise a chance and see how that affects you, okay? Another card that I pulled was sensitivity. Okay, and given the poem that I wrote, this is definitely for the highly sensitive. Okay. It says, validate yourself. Vulnerability is strength. Projections. Okay. Now let's read that card. It's called sensitivity. Sensitivity. Big feelings. You are a sensitive soul, and that is okay. Women have been shamed for thousands of years for being emotional and weak. Your sensitivity, as you learn to understand it, is your superpower. You have a greater capacity for empathy. You have a greater capacity for empathy, compassion, and understanding of others. Let yourself feel what you feel, even if they call you dramatic. Okay, as a sensitive person, it is important to understand that you will naturally have big emotions and a sensitive nature. Your feelings might be easily hurt, even over seemingly small things. It can feel overwhelming to handle anger or disappointment from others, since you can sense the emotions of others so accurately. Okay. You might even have become a people pleaser to avoid conflict. Even though you often have hurt feelings that you push down, overwhelm can also be common with sensitive people, since our other senses are often heightened as well. It is important to remember that contrary to what we have been taught, being sensitive is not a bad thing. It actually enables us to be more in touch with how we feel and to connect on a deeper level with others. This card is a reminder that you are allowed to be sensitive and all that it entails. Sorry, I'm so very nervous, and I appreciate your patience with me. Just keep this sensitivity in mind throughout different situations in your life. Knowing that you are more sensitive than some people can help you understand why certain situations might be more painful for you. It also gives you permission to take the time you need to process your feelings. I can feel myself getting nervous, so I needed to calm myself down. Find the right environment and people for you to be able to thrive in your sensitive nature. When you start to work with your sensitivity instead of against it, you will find that you have an incredible ability to tap into your emotions and hold space for them. Part of your superpower will be emotional intelligence and fluency. Emotions will be able to communicate with you and freely flow and release instead of getting bottled up. So, when I first started off, I read a poem for the highly sensitive, and now I can see why. So your sensitivity is your superpower. It is how you're able to connect with other people. It is how you're able to understand the pain of others without having to go through that pain yourself. It makes you relatable. It makes you easy to talk to, right? And in a world where people have gone through so much, that is true strength. Okay, you're able to process your emotions by like releasing them. Okay, if it feels overwhelming, that is your body telling you that it's time to either communicate how you're feeling. Don't keep your emotions bottled up. Okay, the right people will understand, or at least try to understand the way that you're feeling. Okay, you just have to allow yourself to express those emotions clearly and effectively. People can't understand how you feel if you don't tell them. Okay? Identifying with emotions. Lastly, be aware of how much you identify with these feelings. It is easy to over-identify with your pain and hold on to it or spiral into it. Validate your feelings as they are instead of getting lost in them. Okay? So another message that I'm getting from Spirit is that you may be trying to you're trying to label your emotions and hold it on as your identity. Okay, we're humans. Our emotions are going to be constantly changing, but you are not a sad person. You are not a depressed. Don't label yourself with the emotions. Allow yourself to feel it and process it so that it may come out of your system. But when you hold on to it, that is all that you can see. You won't be able to see yourself for who you truly are. You will just find situations that tie back to the identity that you've given yourself. Okay? Don't get lost in the emotions. It's easy to. I understand that, but Spirit wants you to know that it is okay. Let yourself feel your emotions, and when you're ready, let them go. Potential blocks. Potential blocks come in two forms. The first is invalidating your emotions as they come up. So what I'm getting from this is that Spirit wants you, for this side of the energy, because everything's polarity, so you're either feeling this as it is or the complete opposite. So the first thing is invalidating your emotions as they come up. You have to validate your emotions and how you feel. Your emotions are not going to always be logical. Sometimes it could be completely irrational. But if you tell yourself, shut up, this is not even that serious, then that emotion stays inside you because you've now not created space for it to be released. Okay? So, for example, for me, sometimes I can find myself getting easily frustrated over certain stuff. But I take a step back and I say, where is this coming from? But I still validate the way that I feel. I do not let myself feel like, oh, this is too dramatic. No, you allow yourself to say, okay, I understand that you're sad right now in this moment. Can I ask why? What is it that you need? Da 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 da. You intuitively will know the questions as to what to ask yourself, but Spirit wants you to follow your intuition and allow yourself to feel those emotions so that they may pass through you instead of staying inside you. Okay? Because of all of this conditioning we have around sensitivity, it is easy to gaslight yourself and say that you're being overly dramatic or that you shouldn't feel this way. Take a moment to pause and reaffirm to yourself that your feelings are completely valid. You are allowed to feel how you feel. Your sensitivity and feelings are not weaknesses to be afraid of. Without them, this world would be a cold, dark place. Let your light shine and your emotions flow. Ride the waves, but always come back to a grounded place. Secondly, you might be over-identifying with your feelings. It is a difficult balance to feel our emotions versus spiraling into them. This card might be letting you know that you are taking on your hurt feelings as part of your identity and story instead of allowing them to process. See if you can notice where you might be holding on to or expanding your feelings instead of taking them as they are and giving them space and time to process. An exercise for this card is whenever an emotion is triggered, pause and take a moment to assess how you feel and how you might be reacting to how you feel. Are you spiraling in the emotion? Are you gaslighting yourself for having it in the first place? Notice the full scope of the situation and how you are reacting, and then see if you can validate what you are feeling without spiraling or gaslighting. Always remember you are allowed to feel how you feel. You're always allowed to feel your feelings. The only person that can say that you aren't allowed to is you. Okay? Even if someone doesn't make you feel like it's safe enough to express that emotion, I want you to remove that person from your life or find a way to spend less time with them, because at the end of the day, you are made sensitive for a reason. Spirit wants you to know that you are naturally empathic. Okay? That is the way that you are meant to be. You were not born any other way for a reason. Okay? So the next card that I pulled was unapologetic. Be yourself, release societal expectations, be a mess. I love the drawing that is on there because she's just wow, she's free. Oh, it's beautiful. Spirit is letting me know that you have changed or dimmed yourself down in order to fit in. Okay? And societal expectations are what society says it's okay to be or who to be. That is all a part of the matrix, guys. This is not who you are meant to be naturally. I want you to practice being who you are. Take that mask off when you're in your room alone and be who you are. Okay? Practice there until you can actually do it outside. But just be who you are naturally. Just let it flow. Okay? The right people are gonna love you just the way you are. And if anything, when you take that mask off, the people who were pretending to like you, they'll flow. They'll flow right out of your life, and everything is gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be alright. I'm gonna read the energy of unapologetic. Excuse me. Unapologetically you. And in honor of your reading, I am going to leave in the raw edits of this video, because I was very nervous reading your energy during this video, but I think in order for you to welcome in vulnerability, I must be vulnerable as well. So that's the message I'm getting from Spirit. So the less editing of this video, the more you will see, because this is actually my first psychic reading for YouTube. I've done psychic reading for my family members, myself, but this is my first time uploading one, and I want you to know that even though I stuttered and it was a little bit, I am very nervous. I thank you for allowing me to read your energy, because I can see how this rebirth process for you has been very, very challenging, but you are so strong, and I see you coming out confident, more powerful than ever, wielding the magic that's around you, creating your most amazing, most abundant timeline. And I love that for you. I don't want you to stop. Don't stop. Don't stop, girl. Don't stop. Keep going, because you're literally almost there, is what Spirit's saying. You're almost there. Keep going. Don't stop. Okay? So let me read the energy of unapologetic. Unapologetically you. How many times as women have we been told that we are too much, too loud, too sexual, too opinionated, too dominant, too reserved, too emotional, too dramatic? The list goes on. Okay, so I feel like I'm going to speak on women because I am a woman, and I know from experience that I was always told that I was very loud. I was very, my laugh was obnoxious. All these things. But you know what? Now that I allow myself to be who I am and laugh and take up space, the right people gravitate towards me naturally. Okay, the people who find me loud and obnoxious, I don't have to dim my light in order for them to be in my life. Not everybody's meant for everybody, and I'm glad that my laugh weeds out the people that aren't meant to be in my life. Okay, and you're gonna be more happy with the people who allow you to be who you are and love you for who you are unconditionally. It makes it easy to be around them, because all you have to do is get up and breathe. All you have to do is breathe. Are you stuck worrying about what others think of you? Are you lost in the expectation of what should be, what you wish you could be, or what others think is cool to be? This card is your reminder that you are allowed to be you. It might take some time to discover who that is, but she is there, just below the surface. Start to give her permission to emerge. Let her be as she is, loud, quiet, extroverted, introverted, dominant, submissive, whoever that may be. Trying to be someone else is such a waste of the true you. The ones who don't like her aren't the ones you want close to you anyway. Okay, I'm gonna repeat that last line because that is very powerful. The ones who don't like her aren't the ones who you would want close to you anyway. Okay? Being nice, in quotation marks. This card also reminds you that you don't always have to be nice. For women especially, being nice is equated to being a good human being. Nothing could be further from the truth. You can be the real you, however that looks. Consider that being nice might just be a way for society to keep us from reclaiming our power. You don't have to be mean to everyone. There are ways to express how you feel. Be yourself and be kind and considerate without living in the energy of constantly people-pleasing. You are just as important as everyone else, and you are allowed to roar. So a download that I'm getting from the being nice. So the nice girl it is a scam. It is literally created to keep women or people from actually being who they're meant to be. Okay, it is It is people pleasing because at the end of the day, you're trying to keep the peace instead of expressing how you feel, because you don't want other people to think that you are mean or excuse my language, the B word. But that does not, those aren't your people, okay? Your people pleasing, you should never have to put your boundaries aside for other people to feel comfortable or to like you, okay? You're not meant to be liked or loved by everyone. That is impossible, okay? The only thing that you're meant to do is to be unapologetically you. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less, okay? That's what Spirit's telling me to say. True, there are times when we need to take on different roles, whether at work, with family, or in crisis situations. But at our core, if we own who we are without giving a blink what others think, we can find our true freedom, our true self. Find your own path. Lastly, this card urges you to find your own path, whatever that may look like. Step out of the societal collective and make the choice for yourself. What do you want? How do you want to act? What do you want to do? And what is keeping you from doing it? Take steps towards becoming unapologetically you. Okay. Potential blocks for this card. You might be getting lost in second guessing yourself, always wondering if how you acted or what you said was okay. People pleasing might be a big issue for you. Be kind to yourself. You're doing better than you think. You're allowed to speak and act in ways that others think are offensive. Find a role model who you can look up to, who embodies this type of woman you want to be. Another potential block is getting lost in being you. Embodying the true you is a powerful thing, but be aware of getting lost in every whim and emotion that arises. Be willing to admit your shortcomings and areas where you might need some healing or growth. It is possible to get lost in selfishness or egoic patterns when you unconsciously act however you want. The raw you is beautiful, just be open to some growth. Okay, an exercise for this card is practice asking yourself, who is the true me in this situation? How can I embody her? If she's buried beneath years of conditioning, be patient. The more you pause to check in with how you actually want to act, the more she will feel the permission to come forward. So in a situation when you're about to react, or if you've already reacted, just tap into your intuition and figure out, is this how I truly want to respond? Or am I responding this way because this is how I've been conditioned to respond? Or this is how I feel like the other person might want me to respond? Because then you're not living for you, you're living for other people, which is, like Spirit says, a waste of life. Okay, because you're not living your life, you're living theirs. When you're meant to live a greater path, a more divinely protected path. Okay, so what another thing it says, you might also imagine other people as flowing in a river together, stuck in the same mindset, acting the same, living the same lives. See if you can imagine yourself stepping out of the societal flow and embodying your true self and creating your own path. Instead of being stuck in the Western rat race, separate your energy and break off on your own. However this looks, even if it's just a small way at first. So you intuitively know what that means. So we're all set to act a certain way, but when you stop doing that and you welcome in this unapologetic energy, you turn heads. People are like, who's this? And who do they think they are? That doesn't matter. You know who you are, and you are that girl, you are that bit, you are that person, you are just 101% you, because you wouldn't want to be anyone else. I wouldn't want to be anybody else. Na 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 na. Whatever Selena Gomez said. Yo, I love that song. I'm just like, I'm getting the urge to like listen to that song, and I'm gonna do that after this reading, because I want you to listen to that song. Make that your affirmation that you're listening to on repeat. Like, I wouldn't want to be anybody else. And sing and dance and move like nobody is watching is what I want you to do, to welcome in that unapologetic version of yourself. Okay? Now, there you go. Lastly, the last card that I pulled for your spread is confidence. Take up space. Love yourself. Be you. You are worthy. Okay, the energy that I'm getting from this card is Spirit is telling me that your confidence was shaken. Okay, people have knocked you off of this throne, baby. Off of this throne. But it is time for you to reclaim the fire confidence that you have. Your confidence, Spirit doesn't want you to cap it, okay? They don't want you to put a cap on how confident you are going to be. Spirit just wants you to walk in that confidence, okay? Of course, there's going to be people who say, who does she think she is? And the answer is always a queen, a king, an emperor. You are that person meant to rule your own. You are meant to rule your own reality. You are magic, okay? Don't forget that. Don't forget that, okay? Spirit is telling me don't forget that you are magic. You're allowed to take up space. Stop dimming your light for people who aren't meant to shine, okay? Now, I'm going to read the energy of the card for you. Oh, excuse me. So the energy of this card says confidence. Confidence is internal. How would you act if you were fully confident? If you knew that you were lovable, capable, and all around an amazing person? What if you knew that you were allowed to take up space, speak your mind, and take leaps of faith, and that things would work out? Spirit wants you to know that your path, you're already meant for greatness. It isn't a question of whether it is going to work out or not. It is. But Spirit wants you to feel confident and know enough to know that this is for me. That is for you. Whatever path that you're choosing, this is for you. But you have to regain the confidence that you need in order to sit upon this throne. Okay? You can't be insecure and sit on this throne. Because guess what? With the people-pleasing tendencies that I'm picking up on, you're going to give somebody else this throne. And Spirit does not want that because this is not meant for them. This is not meant for them. This is meant for you. So you have to have the confidence enough to know that Spirit did not make a mistake with choosing you. This is your path. So please take the leap of faith. Find a way to love yourself again. Okay? I'm sorry that you grew up not feeling loved, not feeling like you matter to anyone else. But you know what? You matter to Spirit. And Spirit wants you to know you went through all of those things now so you can be where you are today. But you need to take up space. You have to allow yourself to take up space because you are loved. You are divinely protected. And this path is for you. It's not meant for anybody else. Don't give your blessings away. This is yours. This is yours for the taking. Okay, let me continue to read what it says. We are conditioned to only be valuable if we adhere to societal norms, such as being extroverted and providing our value. This is conditional acceptance based on behaviors. Find confidence in being the true you. Are you stuck in comparison to others? Take up space. You are allowed to take up space, be seen, be heard, be you. We often get lost wondering if we're lovable. It's really hard to feel confident if we don't know if we are. Or we think that we can only be lovable if we are perfect. But what if you found confidence in the fact that you as a unique individual exist? Self-love and confidence shouldn't be solely rooted in characteristics and skills. So Spirit wants you to know that, first of all, there is no such thing as somebody being perfect. Okay? We're humans. We're souls having a human experience, so of course we're going to be flawed. Okay? But your self-love and your confidence shouldn't be based off of external things. This confidence is within you, and you are just confident because. Okay? There's nothing that comes after the because. It's just because. I'm not confident because I have curly hair. I'm not confident because I have a big butt. Okay? That's not what Spirit wants you to focus on. Those are external things outside of you. I am confident because I know that is what I am. I am confident because I love me. I am confident because my self-love is what fuels me. Okay? I am confident because I am me. I am confident because I am me is the affirmation I want you to say. Okay. All right. In fact, it is best when they come from a grounded place of choosing confidence rather than from external factors. Okay? Remind yourself that you are allowed to be here. You are just as important as everyone else, and the space you take up is valid. To embody confidence, remember to stand tall in your body and look upward instead of down. This is something that I had to practice as I was working on building back my confidence. Posture is everything. Okay? So sitting upright, rolling your shoulders back, keeping your head up so that your crown does not fall, because Spirit is letting you know that it is time to reclaim this throne, because this is where you're meant to sit. Keep your head held up, because you know what? This is your reality that you're ruling, and in order to rule it, you must keep the crown on your head, baby. Keep the crown on your head. I'm very happy, even like I know this is Spirit is talking about a lot of insecurities, but I'm very happy with your spread, because I see you reclaiming your power. I see you stepping into that confident timeline. I see you taking back your power. It's sitting on the throne and not wondering, why am I here? You know why you're here. You trust that you're here for a reason. Okay? Remind yourself that you are allowed to be here. You are just as important as everyone else, and the space you take up is valid. To embody confidence, remember to stand tall in your body and look up and ahead instead of down. Confidence is about understanding your innate self-worth and value, and you gain it by connecting with your true self instead of being influenced by the opinions of others. Potential blocks for this card. You might be getting lost in your head about thoughts or unworthiness. Take a break and remember you are worthy. You are important. Take up the space. Spirit is letting me know that you need to stop living in your head. If you allow yourself to live in your thoughts, you will always buck up on your insecurities. Okay? Your thoughts are not you. Spirit is letting me know that you need to start living in the present moment. Get out of your mind. Your mind is the cage. You can only live by getting up and doing the action. Whatever this means to you, get up and do it. This is your sign. If anything, this is your sign to get up and do it now. Okay, another block is you might be taking up space without regard for others. Take up space, but be mindful and considerate of others when you take it too far. Only you can really know when that is. An exercise for this card. Practice taking up space when you are alone. Be big, dance like an idiot, yell at the top of your lungs, make big, ridiculous movements, and let your energy expand without words. Then when you're around other people, remember how that felt and embody it. If you are scared, just do a little at a time. Spend time with people and situations in which you can be comfortable and express yourself. Repeat this mantra to yourself. I'm allowed to be myself. So I want, the part where it says for you to dance like an idiot, I want you to put on that Selena Gomez song, I wouldn't want to be anyone else, na 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 na, or who says you're not perfect. Put it on in your bedroom, put your headphones on or put your speakers on and dance. Dance it out and embody the lyrics. I want you to fill your body up with confidence. Imagine this light just coming into your heart center, filling your body up with confidence and allowing you to make the decisions that are right for you intuitively without asking anyone else's opinion. Just do it. Just do it. Trust yourself is what Spirit is letting me know that you need to do. Just trust yourself. All right, this is the energy for the reading that I picked up on. Thank you for allowing me to read your energy, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It'll help grow the channel so that others can see this who needs the messages as well. I love you and stay blessed, and don't forget to be 101% you. I love you. Bye-bye.